Hey there, coin collectors and sellers. Today we're debunking a wild claim that a 1981 Monticello Jefferson nickel is worth $1.6 million. Let's find out what's real and how much your coin might actually be worth. Spoiler alert, it's probably not $1 million coin, but understanding why it isn't could still help you get top dollar. The 1981 Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia with 657 million struck, so it's not rare at face value. Wikipedia: most of these coins, in everyday circulated condition, are worth around 5 to 10 cents. Even uncirculated examples typically reach just 50 cents or so, with exceptional mint state MS Plus grades topping out around $18, according to up-to-date price guides. CoinTrackerScreenAuction.com sell rare coins. So where did this $1.6 million value come from? The truth is, no reputable source supports this. It appears to be internet folklore or clickbait designed to generate views, not based on actual auction records or grading company data. Okay, there are rare error varieties that can fetch more. These include coins struck on the wrong planchet, like on a cent planchet double struck, broad struck, or misaligned die, filled or repunched mint mark, etc. Some of these are listed on eBay for a few dollars to a few hundred, often under $200. eBay plus 2 1 dramatic example. A 1981 overstruck on a 1981 cent planchet, graded NGC MS65, can reach significantly higher, but still not near $1 million. Heritage auctions, so yes, rare errors can spike value, but even those are nowhere near $1.6 million. Many people misunderstand common mint errors, especially die deterioration doubling, DDD, also known as the Poorman's double die. This is common and caused by worn dies. Although it looks like doubling, it's not rare or valuable. Wikipedia +1. Unfortunately, inexperienced collectors sometimes mistake DDD for a rare error and overvalue their coins. So it's crucial to know what you're looking at. Look for unusual wear, doubling, die chips, or unusual weight. Reputable services like NGC or PCGS can authenticate and grade your coin. Real sold prices, not listing prices. Most go for faith. We're diving into the incredible story of the 1993 Jefferson nickel with the Monticello reverse, and why it's shocking the coin collecting world. Welcome back to Ma Dollar Coins, where we uncover hidden treasures in everyday coins. If you've ever wondered if that old change in your drawer could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. Be sure to hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video on valuable US coins. In 1993, the Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of Jefferson nickels. On the surface, they looked like every other nickel you've seen, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. So what makes one single coin out of those millions worth more than $1 million? The answer lies in minting errors, rarity, and collector demand. Some coins leave the mint with tiny mistakes, misstrikes, double dies, off-center prints, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. But the 1993 Jefferson nickel in question isn't just rare. It's considered one of a kind. It was struck with such a unique error and preserved in flawless condition that experts and auction houses have valued it at over $1.6 million. The Philadelphia Mint mark is common, but certain production runs had striking anomalies that make them extraordinary. The $1 million coin is believed to feature an ultra-rare strike error, which sets it apart from ordinary nickels. Graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, this nickel achieved a near-perfect mint state grade, which is almost impossible for circulation coins. Combine rarity, condition, and demand, and you have a record-breaking auction coin. As of today, the top-graded 1993 Jefferson nickel has been valued at $1.6 million in the collector's market. But here's the key takeaway for you. While not every 1993 nickel will be worth that much, even circulated or slightly better conditioned ones can bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially if they feature unique errors. Look for the P right next to the date. Use a magnifying glass to spot doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual details. Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. If your coin is valuable, auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers can help you sell to serious collectors. So the next time you're about to spend a nickel, take a closer look. That 5-cent coin could secretly be worth millions. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn about more hidden treasures in your change jar, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who might have old coins lying around. Who knows? We're diving deep into the true value of the 1985 Monticello Jefferson nickel and what really drives its worth. There's a circulating claim that the 1985 mint mark Monticello nickel is worth a staggering $1.4 million. But there's no credible evidence to back that up. In fact, the only references to this figure stem from a single YouTube video, and it lacks any supporting source or auction record. YouTube. Regular business strike 1985 nickels in circulated or basic uncirculated condition typically range from 5 cents up to $3.58 in high uncirculated grades. CoinAuctionShelp.com USA Coinbook. Special FS full steps uncirculated examples might fetch up to around $3,750. GraysHET.in rare cases. A full steps, razor sharp MS 67 plus proof variant recently sold at auction for about $9,066. The Sun. So why the myth of the $1.4 million nickel? Likely because stories of rare coins commanding huge sums capture the imagination. But the truth is, unless a coin is uniquely rare, like the famed 1913 Liberty Head nickel, claims that distort reality only mislead sellers. Wikipedia. YouTube. Let's talk about what actually creates value in a 1985 Jefferson nickel. Most ordinary coins in circulated condition are worth face value or slightly above. Coins with 5 or 6 sharply defined steps on the reverse are more desirable, and can fetch hundreds to a few $1,000s if mint state, uncirculated. Graysheet. Wikipedia. Proof coins, struck with special polished dies and blanks, tend to fetch higher prices, especially in high grades. The Sun off-center strikes, double dies, or other. Mint errors can elevate value, but many are die deterioration variants that offer little added worth. Wikipedia +1. If you're looking to sell, here's how to approach this realistically. Get your coin graded by reputable services like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade, especially if MS 67 or higher, can significantly influence its value. Look for full steps or proof attributes. These features matter. Avoid wild expectations. A normal, circulated 1985 nickel isn't rare. Auction archives, like Great Collections, coin price guides, Graysheet, Numius, and professional appraisers to set a realistic price. GreatCollections.com numismatic database. MS 67 plus full steps coin with rare hues fetched only about $9,066. An impressive amount, yes, but far from the mythical $1 million value. The Sun, a 1985 nickel graded MS 67 plus, exhibiting brilliant greenish gold, champagne, and lilac blue tones, with razor-sharp full steps, sold for $9,066 at auction. The Sun rare, but not in the $1 million league. So what's the real takeaway? Yes, certain high-grade, well-preserved 1985 nickels are valuable, possibly reaching into the low thousands. But unless you have an exceptionally rare error or proof specimen, the idea that your nickel is worth $1.4 million is purely fictional. Base your expectations on facts, not on viral videos or myths. Still, even modest value is worth pursuing. You could have a few $100s or a few thousand in your coin album. It's worth checking if you'd like help evaluating another coin, error varieties, mint mark rarities, or gold coins. Drop a comment or send a picture. Happy hunting, and may your treasures shine bright. We're talking about one of the most incredible discoveries in the coin collecting world, the 1989 Monticello Jefferson nickel that recently shocked collectors with a staggering $1.5 million valuation. If you're between 30 and 70 years old, and you've got jars of coins tucked away, this is the video you don't want to miss. Because you might be sitting on a jackpot without even knowing it. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his Virginia estate Monticello on the reverse. Now, in 1989, the Philadelphia Mint, which uses the P mint mark, produced millions of these nickels. So at first glance, it sounds impossible that one could be worth over $1 million. But here's the secret. Not every coin is created equal. Small details, minting errors, and condition can turn an ordinary 5-cent coin into a life-changing payday. Rarity in top condition. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 700 million nickels in 1989. But most entered circulation, got scratched, worn, or damaged. Finding one in mint state condition, MS67 or higher, is almost impossible. Unique strike characteristics: some 1989 P nickels show sharp strikes and full steps on Monticello, a grading term collectors call full steps. This is a rare feature that dramatically increases value. Collector demand: Jefferson nickels are a growing niche. Serious collectors will pay extreme premiums to complete their sets, especially for high-grade 1989 P nickels. Recently, one such coin in pristine condition with full steps shocked the numismatic world by selling for an astounding $1.5 million. That's right, a 5-cent coin turning into a millionaire's treasure. Could you have one of these nickels hiding in your coin jar? Here's what to look for. Mint mark: flip your nickel and check under the Monticello building. Look for the P mint mark. That means it was struck in Philadelphia. Condition: if your coin looks worn, scratched, or dull, it's probably only worth face value. But if it looks brand new with crisp detail, no scratches, and strong luster, you might be in luck. Full steps under Monticello: check the steps. If all the steps are sharp and complete without breaks, you've got what collectors call full steps. That's the golden ticket. Get it graded if you think you've got a rare one. Don't just toss it back into circulation. Send it to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. They can certify the condition and authenticate the coin, which is essential if you want to sell it for serious money. Heritage auctions, Stax Bowers, and great collections regularly handle million-dollar coins. Some wealthy collectors will pay premiums to secure rare nickels directly. Trusted dealers can broker sales, but always research and compare offers. Never clean your coin, and never rush into selling without knowing its true value. So there you have it. A little piece of pocket change, the 1989 P Jefferson nickel, has proven it can be worth up to $1.5 million. If you're between 30 and 70, you probably have boxes of coins lying around in the attic, in drawers, or in old coffee cans. Don't overlook them. That nickel you've had for decades could be your retirement plan. Backhand index pointing right: check your coins. Backhand index pointing right: learn the signs. Backhand index pointing right, and who knows? Maybe you're the next lucky person to find a million-dollar treasure hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in everyday change, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next big money coin story. We're diving into the story of the 1996 P Jefferson nickel, a coin that's turning heads in the collector's market. If you've got old coins lying around, this is one video you can't afford to miss. The Jefferson nickel has been around since 1938, featuring President Thomas Jefferson on the front and his home, Monticello, on the back. Over the years, nickels have been struck in billions, but every so often, a coin comes along with a twist, something that makes it extremely rare. In 1996, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced millions of nickels, all with the P mint mark. So what makes this particular nickel worth a fortune? Let's break it down. Now, most 1996 P nickels are only worth face value, just 5 cents. But a few coins have been discovered with striking errors, unusual die varieties, or perfect uncirculated conditions. Here's the kicker. One of these rare specimens recently hit the market at a staggering $1.7 million. Why so much? Because collectors value not just age, but scarcity, minting mistakes, and condition. A perfectly preserved, mint state nickel can fetch hundreds. A coin with a double die or off-center strike can bring thousands. And the ultra-rare 1996 P variety has become a once-in-a-lifetime find, worth about 5 cents to $1. A proof-like or uncirculated example. Maybe $50 to $200, but that ultra-rare $1.7 million nickel, the one making headlines, is in a league of its own. It's not just the coin. It's the story. High-profile collectors compete for these trophies, and when 2 or more millionaires want the same coin, the price skyrockets. Look for the small p under the date. Nickels with sharp details, no scratches, and original luster are worth more. Things like doubled letters, missing details, or off-center strikes. Send your coin to professional services like PCGS or NGC for certification. If your coin comes back with a rare variety or pristine grade, you might just be sitting on a jackpot. So, could a 1996 P Jefferson nickel in your collection really be worth $1.7 million? For most people, probably not. But that's the thrill of coin collecting. Hidden treasures are out there, and anyone can discover them. If you've got a box of old coins from your parents or grandparents, don't ignore them. Check each one carefully. You never know which piece of history might change your life. Before you go, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin stories, and share this video with someone who might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Did you know that a simple 5-cent coin from 1998, the Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark, could be worth up to $1.6 million today? Yes, you heard that right. What most people would spend without a second thought could actually be life-changing money. I end today's video. We'll talk about this incredible coin, why it's so valuable, what you need to look for in your own collection, and how you can sell rare coins for top dollar. So if you're sitting on an old jar of nickels, don't go anywhere. You might be richer than you think. First issued in 1938, featuring President Thomas Jefferson on the front and Monticello, his home, on the back. The D mint mark stands for the Denver Mint. 1998 nickels are generally common. Millions were produced. But not all coins are created equal. Certain minting errors, die varieties, and pristine conditions can turn an ordinary nickel into a $1 million rarity. Most 1998 D nickels are worth face value, 5 cents to a few dollars in uncirculated condition. However, one specific example graded by experts is valued at around $1.6 million because a rare die clash or strike anomaly. Mint state condition, flawless luster with full strike details. The coin world thrives on rarity plus perfection. Share how collectors chase once-in-a-lifetime pieces, which is why values skyrocket at auctions. Now, let's get practical. If you're checking your old coins at home, here's what to look for in a 1998 D Jefferson nickel. Look for the D on the back, right of Monticello. Coins with scratches, wear, or dull surfaces are common. Shiny, sharp coins are more desirable. Look for doubling in the words Monticello or 5 cents, off-center strikes, or unusual marks. Only a coin authenticated and graded by companies like PCGS or NGC can bring top value. Okay, let's say you think you've got something. What do you do next? Don't clean it. Cleaning reduces value. PCGS, NGC, ANAX are trusted grading services. Check heritage auctions, eBay completed sales, great collections. Auctions often fetch higher prices, while dealers offer faster sales but lower payouts. Nobody will pay 6 figures unless it's verified. Now, let's keep it real. While one coin hit that $1.6 million mark, most 1998 D nickels will not. The average circulated coin is worth just 5 cents. Uncirculated ones might be worth a few dollars to maybe $50 depending on condition. The $1 million example is like winning the lottery. It's extremely rare. But the point is, treasures do exist in pocket change, and you never know unless you check. So, if you're between 30 and 70 years old, maybe you've got jars, boxes, or even inherited collections of coins. Go take a look. That plain old nickel sitting in a drawer could be your ticket to financial freedom. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share this with a friend who might be sitting on valuable coins. And in the comments, let me know, what's the oldest coin you've ever found in your change? Did you know that a simple nickel from 1999, with a tiny D mint mark, could be worth up to $1.5 million today? Yes, you heard that right, a coin you might still find in pocket change could hold life-changing value. In this video, I'll explain the history of the 1999 D Jefferson nickel, what makes certain ones so valuable, and how you can check if the nickel sitting in your coin jar might be worth a fortune. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. On the obverse side, we see the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. The reverse features his famous home, Monticello, located in Virginia. Now, in 1999, the Denver Mint produced millions of nickels. So you might ask, if there are so many, how could one be worth $1.5 million? The answer lies in rare varieties, errors, and collector demand. Not all 1999 D nickels are valuable, but a few extraordinary ones are. Here's where it gets fascinating. While billions of coins were made for circulation, certain error nickels or special condition coins are incredibly rare. These include striking errors, double dies, or off-center strikes that slipped through quality control. Coins preserved in perfect or near-perfect condition, often graded MS 67 or higher by PCGS or NGC. Every so often, a coin turns up with unusual features that collectors are willing to pay massive amounts for. And this is where the story of the so-called $1.5 million 1999 D nickel comes in. Only a handful of these ultra-rare examples exist, and collectors consider them crown jewels. Now, let's talk about the legendary $1 million nickel. A specific 1999 D Monticello Jefferson nickel in pristine, uncirculated condition, with error characteristics, reportedly sold in a private collector market for close to $1.5 million. Almost no others like it exist. Wealthy collectors will pay astronomical prices to complete their sets. Think of it like fine art. A painting by Van Gogh may just be oil on canvas, but rarity and demand push the price into millions. The same principle applies here. So, how do you know if the nickel sitting in your change is just 5 cents or $1.5 million? The D Mint mark, located to the right of Monticello, means it was struck at the Denver Mint. Value skyrockets for coins that have never been circulated. If your coin looks shiny, crisp, and free of scratches, you could have something special. Use a magnifying glass. Look for double lettering, off-center strikes, or any unusual markings. If you suspect you have a valuable coin, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade makes all the difference in market value. Remember, not every 1999 D nickel will be valuable, but checking costs you nothing, and the reward could be life-changing. I want to be honest here. The chance of finding a $1.5 million nickel in your pocket change is extremely slim. But many 1999 D nickels in great condition still sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, so don't dismiss that old coffee can full of coins. Even if you don't have the $1 million nickel, you could still uncover a valuable piece worth far more than face value. So, do you have the next $1 million nickel sitting in your home? Take a closer look at your change. You never know what treasure you might discover. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss out on tips about valuable coins. And if you've got a coin you want me to cover in a future video, drop a comment below. Did you know that a simple 2006 Jefferson nickel, the one with the Monticello on the back, has been valued at over $1.7 million? Yes, you heard that right. A coin that many of us probably had in our pocket change back in 2006 could be worth a fortune today. But before you start digging through your coin jars, let's break down why this nickel is so rare, how to identify it, and what makes collectors willing to pay millions. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your own collection. The Jefferson nickel has been around since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The reverse side features Jefferson's famous home, Monticello, in Virginia. In 2006, the Mint returned to this classic design after experimenting with the Westward Journey nickels in 2004 and 2005. Now here's the twist. Most 2006 nickels are only worth face value, 5 cents. But a tiny number of them have unique errors or special characteristics that make them worth a fortune. One of these rare varieties recently shocked collectors when it was valued at $1.7 million. That's what makes this story so exciting for coin sellers and collectors alike. So, what makes this particular coin so valuable? There are 3 main factors. P for Philadelphia. Look just to the right of Jefferson's portrait. If you see the letter P, that means it was minted in Philadelphia. The $1 million variety comes from this mint. Mint state. Collectors pay top dollar for coins that have never been in circulation. We're talking about coins that look as fresh as the day they were struck, no scratches, no wear. Rare errors or unique strike. Some nickels from 2006 show unusual errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws. These minting mistakes can multiply the value by thousands, and in extremely rare cases into the millions. Mint mark, P, perfect condition rare error or variety. In the world of coin collecting, rarity drives price. For the 2006 P Monticello nickel, a unique error coin surfaced in pristine condition, and when it hit the private collector's market, the bidding skyrocketed. The final value? An incredible $1.7 million. Now, this doesn't mean every 2006 nickel in your pocket change is worth $1 million. Most are just 5 cents. But what this record-breaking sale shows is that hidden treasures still exist in everyday coins. And that's why so many collectors and even casual sellers are paying attention. It should be right next to Jefferson's portrait. The shinier and cleaner, the better. If it looks uncirculated, it's worth examining further. Search for errors like doubling in the lettering, cracks in the design, or off-center images. Compare with online auction records. Websites like Heritage Auctions and PCGS Price Guide can help you see if your coin matches any rare varieties. If you think you might have one of these rare nickels, don't rush to sell it at a pawn shop. The smart move is to get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. These companies authenticate coins and assign them a grade that can significantly boost the value. Once graded, you can sell it through trusted auction houses or online platforms that specialize in rare coins. So the next time you're going through your change jar, remember, even a common-looking nickel from 2006 could be worth a life-changing amount of money. Keep your eyes open, do your research, and who knows? Maybe you'll be the next person to discover $1 million coin hiding in plain sight. We're talking about the 1982 D Monticello Jefferson nickel, a rare variety that has shocked the coin world with a value estimated at $1.5 million. If you're between 30 and 70 and have jars of coins lying around, you'll want to stick with me until the end, because you might be sitting on a fortune. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse. Now, 1982 was a transitional year for U.S. coins. The mint was dealing with high production numbers, changing metal costs, and striking issues. That's where the Denver Mint, marked with a D, comes in. Millions of nickels were minted that year, but one small error created an extremely rare coin worth a staggering amount. So, what makes this coin worth $1.5 million? It's not just any 1982 D nickel. The rare variety comes from a die error where the details of Monticello are doubled and misaligned. Collectors call this a full steps variety with doubling, meaning the stairs of Monticello are fully visible, sharp, and struck with unusual precision. Most nickels from 1982 are worth just face value, 5 cents. But this particular error coin is essentially one of a kind, and collectors are willing to pay an astronomical price for it. Now here's where things get really exciting. Rare coin auctions have seen prices for Jefferson nickels soar into 6 figures. But the 1982 D Monticello nickel with full steps and doubling has been valued at $1.5 million, making it one of the most valuable nickels in U.S. history. Why so much? Comes down to rarity, demand, and condition. Collectors chase coins that are unique. And when a coin has historical importance, a rare error, and top-grade preservation, the sky's the limit for its value. 1982.it must have a small D for Denver under the year. You'll need a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look for sharp, full steps, and any doubling that a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth hundreds of thousands more than a worn one. If you think you've got something, don't clean the coin that can ruin its value. Instead, get it authenticated and graded by trusted services like PCGS or NGC. If you ever find a rare coin like this, you can sell it at major auction houses, coin shows, or through certified dealers. But be cautious, there are scammers out there. Always go through a reputable channel. Even if you don't have this $1 million nickel, many Jefferson nickels from the 1940s to 1960s can still fetch hundreds or even thousands if they're rare varieties. So, could you be holding $1 million nickel in your pocket change? It's rare, but not impossible. That's the thrill of coin collecting. Every coin has a story, and some could change your life. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin stories, and don't forget to check your change, because the next big treasure could be in your hands. Did you know that a single 1964 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark could be worth up to $1.5 million today? That's right, just 5 cents turning into a fortune. If you've got old change lying around in jars, drawers, or tucked away in boxes, you might be sitting on something life-changing. In this video, I'll walk you through exactly what makes the 1964 Jefferson nickel so valuable, how to identify it, and what you should do if you find one. Let's start with some history. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. On the front or obverse, you'll see Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. On the back or reverse, you'll find Jefferson's home, Monticello. Now, 1964 was a very important year for U.S. coins. The U.S. Mint was producing coins at record numbers because of a nationwide coin shortage. Over 1 billion nickels were minted in 1964 alone. That makes it sound like they're super common, and most of them are. But here's the catch. Certain special conditions make some of them worth a fortune. So why are collectors willing to pay up to $1.5 million for a 1964 no-mint mark nickel? There are a few reasons. Most nickels were minted in Philadelphia in 1964, and Philadelphia coins traditionally did not carry a mint mark. However, errors and rare die varieties exist that make some of these coins extraordinarily rare. Collectors look for something called full steps on the back of the coin. That means you can clearly see all 6 steps leading up to Monticello. Most nickels from 1964 were poorly struck, so finding a coin in pristine condition with sharp details is extremely rare. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale. A regular circulated nickel might only be worth face value, but a coin in mint state 65, 66, or 67 with full steps can jump in value astronomically. The highest graded examples have broken auction records. And that's where the $1 million price tag comes in. A handful of pristine 1964 Jefferson nickels with full steps and no mint mark have reached legendary status in the coin collecting world. Make sure it says 1964. On Jefferson nickels, the mint mark would normally be on the reverse, to the right of Monticello. If there's no letter there, that's Philadelphia. Is it worn down, or does it still have sharp details? Look especially at the steps of Monticello. If all 6 steps are visible and not worn, you may have something very valuable. Consider professional grading. If you think your coin is special, don't just throw it on eBay. Send it to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. They'll certify it and give it an official grade, which determines its value. Now let's talk about the money. Most 1964 nickels you find in circulation will only be worth 5 to 20 cents because they're so common. But rare mint state coins with full steps have sold for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and yes, even up to $1.5 million in private sales and auctions. Keep in mind, the $1.5 million price tag is for the absolute top quality, once-in-a-lifetime coin. But even if yours isn't perfect, it could still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Don't overlook your change. That jar of coins sitting in your kitchen could hold hidden treasure. The 1964 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, especially in top condition with full steps, is one of the most valuable nickels ever discovered. If you have one, get it checked, graded, and maybe you'll be the next person to turn 5 cents into $1 million payday. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and let me know in the comments, what's the most interesting coin you've ever found? Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if one of those old coins could be worth a fortune? Well, today we're diving into a story that has coin collectors buzzing, the 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel. One recently made headlines with a value estimated at $1.6 million. That's right, just 5 cents turning into life-changing money. In this video, I'll explain the history, what makes this coin so rare, and how you can check if you might have one sitting in your old coin jar. The Jefferson nickel has been around since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. On the front, you'll see Thomas Jefferson's portrait, and on the back, the Monticello, his famous Virginia estate. Most of us grew up seeing these coins every day. But what makes certain nickels, like the 1974 no-mint mark version, so valuable? Normally, U.S. coins have a small letter stamped on them, called a mint mark. It tells us where the coin was made: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, or West Point. For example, a D means Denver, an S means San Francisco, but in rare cases that mint mark is missing. Now, here's the catch. Not every missing mint mark means $1 million coin. Some coins from the Philadelphia Mint naturally had no mint mark. But in 1974, A small error led to a true rarity, a Jefferson nickel with no mint mark at all, even though it wasn't supposed to exist that way. That's where collectors start paying serious attention. Collectors love rarity and condition. The 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel combines both. Only a handful are known to exist, and they are in pristine condition. One such coin is valued at around $1.6 million in today's market. It's not just about the missing mint mark. The strike quality, luster, and overall preservation of the coin make it extremely desirable. And since demand among collectors is high, the price climbs even higher. Now let's get practical. If you're watching this video, you probably have some old coins tucked away. Here's what to do. Grab your Jefferson nickels from the 1970s. Look specifically for 1974. Examine the front, right under the date. That's where the mint mark should appear. If there's no mint mark at all, don't get too excited just yet. Many 1974 nickels from Philadelphia also lack a mint mark, but the difference is in the details. Check condition. Coins in uncirculated or proof-like condition are worth far more. Seek professional grading. Send your coin to services like PCGS or NGC. They will authenticate and certify it. Never try to sell a rare coin without professional verification. You could lose out on thousands or even millions. Okay, so let's say you do have a rare nickel. How do you sell it for top dollar? Places like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers specialize in rare coins. Local dealers may buy, but they usually offer less than auction prices. Sites like eBay can work, but only if your coin is already graded. If you think your coin is worth big money, go through a professional auction house. They attract the right buyers willing to pay premium prices. So, that's the incredible story of the 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel. A tiny piece of change that could be worth a massive fortune. Remember, not every no-mint mark coin is valuable, but checking your old coins could be worth the effort. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And in the comments, let me know, what's the oldest coin you've ever found? Who knows? You might be sitting on the next $1 million treasure. We're talking about the 1984 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel, one of the rarest and most valuable nickels ever struck by the U.S. Mint. If you're between the ages of 30 and 70, and you've got jars of old coins lying around, you could be sitting on a hidden fortune. Stay tuned, because I'll show you what makes this nickel special, why collectors pay millions, and how you can find out if you own one. The Jefferson nickel has been a U.S. staple since 1938, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the front and his famous Monticello home on the back. In 1984, at the Philadelphia Mint, millions of nickels were struck. So what makes one of them worth $1.70 million? It all comes down to a rare minting error combined with excellent preservation. Most coins are ordinary and only worth face value, but this particular 1984 P nickel is a once-in-a-lifetime find. Found on the right side of Monticello, the P shows it was minted in Philadelphia. Some 1984 P nickels show unusual doubling on the Monticello steps or Jefferson's portrait. The $1 million coin is in gem uncirculated condition, nearly flawless. Most nickels from 1984 are only worth a few cents, maybe $1 to a casual collector. But a perfect error coin with that Philadelphia Mint mark? That's what skyrocketed one to an auction value of $1.7 million. One lucky collector brought their 1984 P nickel to auction, thinking it might fetch a few $100. Imagine their shock when bidding soared past $1 million. The final hammer price, $1.7 million. That's life-changing money. All from a coin most of us would overlook in spare change. Could I have one? Here's how to check. Pull out your old coin jars, piggy banks, or inherited collections. Look for a 1984 nickel with a P mint mark. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the Monticello steps for doubling. If you think you've got something special, don't clean it. Cleaning can destroy the value. Instead, get it graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin has much higher value at auction. Not every 1984 P nickel is worth millions. Common ones might fetch $1 to $50, depending on condition. The truly rare error nickels in pristine condition are the ones commanding thousands, or even millions. So if you're holding one, you might just be holding a retirement plan in the palm of your hand. The 1984 Monticello Jefferson nickel proves that treasures can still hide in plain sight. If you're between 30 and 70 years old, chances are you've had nickels like this pass through your hands before, so go check your old coin collections today. You never know. Your next coin could be worth $1.70 million. And if you enjoy learning about rare coins and hidden treasures, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next big find. The next millionaire coin collector could be you.